Hello everybody, welcome back to Stan's Garage, bringing you everything you need to know for effective business IT management. So these days, malicious actors want to access to all your data. Stolen login credentials have become a hot commodity, particularly on the dark web. So how do we keep hackers from accessing your online accounts? Let's get into it. The dark web has a price for just about everything, including online accounts. Hacked social media accounts, for example, sell for, $30 to $80. That may not sound like a lot of money, but once you get to hundreds of thousands of them or more, it can really add up, particularly places that cost less to live in than Southern California. Specifically, there's been an increased interest in cloud accounts. As users become more reliant on cloud services to store their data, bad actors aim to target more cloud accounts. So, according to IBM's security latest cost of a data breach report, I don't know, they come up with these names, I don't know what they're doing, but compromised login credentials are now the leading cause of data breaches worldwide. That makes sense. Now, no one wants their personal or business cloud account exploited for very obvious reasons. Now, having these accounts compromised can also be very costly. It can result in a ransomware attack, identity theft, and other related issues. To make it worse, users continue to employ bad password habits. For example, 25% of Americans, that's you out there, a majority anyway, are still using the word password as their password. I know, hard one to forget, also an easy one to guess. 50% of people store their passwords in an insecure digital document, like a Word file or something. 34% of people admit to sharing their passwords with a coworker. And 44% of people admit to using the same password across all their accounts. So what can you do about this? Well, I'm here to help. So by taking some simple precautions, you can help keep your online accounts safe from hijacking, even if cloud accounts are more at risk than ever before. So number one, I've harped on this in plenty of videos. Utilize that two-factor authentication. The best way to safeguard cloud accounts is via multi-factor authentication. Now, while it isn't a fail-safe, it has been useful in blocking somewhere in the ballpark of 99.9% of fraudulent sign-in attempts, according to Microsoft's own research. Now, if I had those kinds of odds in Vegas, boy howdy, would I be shooting this video on my private plane. Anyway, when you require a second step to log in, which includes inputting the code delivered by your phone or authenticator app, smart token, any number of things, it will boost the security of your account infinitely. Hackers would need access to your phone or other authentication device to be able to get past this step. It's a minor inconvenience of inputting a code from a separate device, but it's well worth it for the increased amount of security you're going to gain as a result. As an IT service provider, we recommend to all our clients that they implement two-step authentication. In fact, we make them enforce it across the board. Now, you can also look at using a reputable password manager for securely storing those passwords. Users save their credentials in unencrypted locations will leave themselves vulnerable to identity theft. For example, something like using a Word or Excel document, or even the notes section on your PC or phone. Making use of a password manager allows you to store all your passwords in a safe and secure location. All you have to remember is a single complex master password to access all those accounts. And use a second two-factor source to get into those codes, right? But if you're looking for a means to safely access all your online accounts from several devices, well, Password Manager can help, right? They got a mobile app, Windows, Mac, even Linux, a lot of them. You can get them on the web. No limit. Number of ways you can access. Plus times, they even have the ability to autofill your sign-ins, so you really don't have anything to worry about. We recommend the Password Manager Keeper to our clients. They're considered one of the industry leaders. They've got built-in one-time password, it's that two-factor code built into it. But on top of that, you want to also make sure all your password security settings are correct. Now, if you haven't already, check the security settings on the cloud tools that you use, right? Errors in cloud account settings are a significant source of data breaches. When an account security settings aren't set up correctly, this can happen. As a rule of thumb, You don't want to leave your SaaS security in their default settings. This may not be set with ultimate security in mind, although Microsoft, Google, and others are all basically enforcing two-factor out of the gate from here on out. Modify and review those settings to make sure that your cloud applications are safe. You want to turn on those browser alerts for leaked passwords. You've probably seen it. You're trying to sign into something in Chrome or whatever, and you get a warning message that that password has been leaked. Even the best practices can still find you getting hacked, right? If a retailer or a database that you've signed in with and use that same password you use everywhere, they can still get access to it. And when these massive data leaks happen, your credentials might find themselves up for sale on the dark web without you even knowing about it. So in response to this widespread issue, browsers like Chrome and Edge have given you those password leaked alerts where you would previously have to have some kind of dark web scanning, another thing we provide to a number of our clients, turned on. But any passwords that you allow the browser to save, or even as you fill them, they're going to be checked against leaks. As it's been breached, they're going to pop up and tell you to change that password. So take a minute and make sure that's activated in your browser. It's going to at least give you a heads up on that password that you've used everywhere from the time you first signed into AIM is out there for the public masses. It's going to help you know right away that you've been breached, and smart money is to go ahead and change that. Avoid entering passwords on public Wi-Fi. As a rule of thumb, always assume your online data is being monitored on a public Wi-Fi. Most hackers like to hang out in places with public hotspots like airports, restaurants, coffee shops. Nowadays your bigger chains and public airports are going to have better security in place, but your mom and pop coffee shops might just have your basic cable company router, and hackers can go ahead and get in there and potentially steal passwords. So I'd say avoid doing that or any other personal information when you're on a public Wi-Fi. Potentially switch off the Wi-Fi, use the built-in connection in your phone, use a VPN to encrypt data. It's not the end-all be-all, but it is a good place to start. And then you want to use some kind of security software. So if a hacker is able to access your device with malware, they can often exploit your accounts without even needing a password. So if you think about it for a moment, how many apps on your device do you have open and are already logged into? To avoid an online account breach, make sure your device has a strong security setup. Now, some of the best practices to follow are, installing an antivirus, anti-malware, maybe next-gen antivirus. Keep your software and your OS up to date. Enable anti-phishing protection, something with email filtering, DNS filtering, number of tools out there that are great products. And if you're in need of some password and cloud account security solutions, well, you don't want to wait until it's too late. Make sure your internet accounts are secure. But if you want to talk about it, we could definitely help review what you currently have in the cloud, the security settings, and make some recommendations as how you can better keep yourself safe online. So as always, I would love to get your thoughts on this. Do you find yourself overwhelmed with all this security talk? Just let me know in the comments below, and if you are in need of some cybersecurity assistance to make sure you're protected against these kinds of breaches, feel free to schedule a call with me via the Calendly link below. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will catch you on the next one.